Oh, hey,
Hi, Blair.
how's it going?
Hanging in.
So I'm here with Nalini, and what's really cool is I'm in Pemberton, British Columbia, west coast of Canada, and you are.
In New York City, in Manhattan, downtown on the east side, looking out at the East River out there. Yep, in Manhattan.
Crazy. It just technology is so great how we could just, we just caught up for 20 minutes. Wow, 20 minutes. We should do this more often. But I think it's really awesome that we have this technology to be able to have this chat and to share our knowledge and wisdom and wise words with the I'm Resilient community. So Nalini Saxena, did I do it right?
Close enough. Saxena.
Saxena is a strategist and executive advisor, plus she's the founder and CEO of Elicit Consulting. She helps entrepreneurs, individuals, and organizations break through obstacles and reveal their talents, express their strengths, and achieve inspiring success. Her client list ranges from top-tier global financial institutions to Shark Tank contestants. Oof, I love Shark Tank. As a robust generalist, she provides guidance and implementation on business strategy, financial strategy, leadership direction, management development, and communication. She has positioned small businesses to multiply their revenue by overhauling their approach to managing their business and finances. Wow. I'm so honored that you're taking the time to connect with me. How are you doing? What's going
Um,
on?
Thank you for speaking with me, Blair. I am doing okay, thankfully. Um, I think that this entire experience has really made me so extra appreciative of the interconnectedness, the interdependence amongst all people, all places that we are, all the kinds of work that we do. And I'm living in the heart of it all here in New York, and very thankful for our state leadership. Very thankful for everything, all these people who are making just incredible sacrifices. And so, as much as it's easy to feel frustrated, why am I still home? Why am I still, unable to actually go out there and live my life? That frustration gets very quickly tempered when you just pause and you realize, wait a second, there are all these people who are holding me up, all these systems and infrastructures that are holding me up, that are making it possible for me to wake up and get up and eat and move through my day, have internet, move through my day.
I love that. So for you, we were just catching up and you don't really leave your apartment. You were just saying even with groceries, like they deliver groceries and then you have to wait 3 hours to open your door. Your most recent delivery was garlic, which is delicious, especially paired with other groceries. But you seem like you're, just from our conversation, like there is a lot of darkness around, but you are able to see a bit of the positive side of things, and you have the ability to still smile, which is beautiful. What tips and tools do you think are helping you right now?
So I think having perspective is the best gift that I can give to myself right now. Right? I could very easily get frustrated that I can't find a grocery delivery window. And then when I do, out of $300 worth of groceries, I get garlic that shows up at my door. But I could very easily, get hung up on something like that. But I think the best gift I can give myself is perspective, right? Yes, I can't visit my older parents who are going through their own medical challenges, but luckily they're safe and at home, knock on wood, at the moment. So there's that perspective. Yes, I can't get up and go out to the gym, but apparently Blair, I need to learn how to do at home workout videos.
Well, you just got to squat and eat pasta at the same time. Like
Apparently,
pasta squats.
apparently, I got this great elliptical. It's like an armless elliptical from Target. I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago. It has never gotten as much use as it has in the last month and a half. I'm on it and I'm watching Governor Cuomo's daily press briefing. That's my new routine. But anyway, it's a matter of perspective, and I think that is literally the best thing I can do for my mental health right now. And the best thing that I can do in order to be able to continue to show up for my clients, continue to show up for my parents, my community, etc. I have a really hot here on my wall. I called it my COVID-19 perspective shift. And I can literally like show you a little piece of it.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
organized.
You're organized.
And made there. But that's one thing. Another is breathing, deep breathing. I don't know about you, but I've been a fan of mindfulness and meditation for a very long time. And so whether it's my go-to app, which is Happy Not Perfect, I toss amongst all of them, but that's my current go-to, or whether it's just like listening to something that is uplifting. Sarah Blakely has very often cited listening to Wayne Dyer gave her that inspiration and that oomph in order to be able to take off and run with her business despite hearing no and being faced with so many challenges. Or one client of mine has invited me to do a 21-day Deepak Chopra experience with her. Another is doing Zoom meditation and healing circles. So I think perspective, breathing, however you want to do the breathing, and then journaling. We have this, you probably had it on your wall for a long time, but Socrates wrote that the unexamined life is not worth living. And I think these days, especially being in New York, where I am, where we have the numbers, we have the stories, we have the people that we know very near and dear and close to us who are so brutally affected in one way, shape, or form by this virus, it makes you pause. It makes you think about, how do I really want to evaluate and assess my life? How do I really want to evaluate and assess what I do with my time, with my energy, with my money, with my whatever's left of the money, and with my relationships. And so I think that is that final exercise. So that fourth part would be really I look at time, money/resources, and relationships all as energetic exchanges. And so how can I actually really make sure that I'm feeling very centered in how I'm approaching them?
That's beautiful.
Those are my tips and tools.
So just to follow up on that, staying connected, you just mentioned you have elderly parents. Where are they located and how are you staying connected with them? Because I think a challenge that I've seen is sometimes there's with the different generations, there's a technology gap.
Mm.
How are you like staying in touch with your parents? Where are they? Are they in New York? Are they somewhere else in the world?
My parents are in New York State. They're in Eastern Long Island. It would be, if I were able to drive, do not have a car. If I were able to drive in the absence of traffic these days, it would probably take me about an hour. But it feels like eons away when I can't go travel, when I can't go, show up there. I'm afraid to even, put myself at risk to take a train. I'm asthmatic, and that's not advisable. And then what would I do? Just stand at the end of their driveway and wave? I have had like fantasies that maybe I will do that at some point, just to give them a little assurance if they need that. So I'm mentally prepared to do that one day, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense for me to do it right now.
No.
So how do I stay in touch with them? FaceTime when they can figure out how to answer the call. I get hung up on a lot when I dial via FaceTime. Zoom sometimes, if that seems to work. It's hard. It's hard to have anything that feels like a mimicry of an in-person conversation because of the technology challenge. And because I'm not there to like literally walk them through stuff. I've had moments when I've had my mom on one phone and I've said, okay, go grab my dad's phone. Okay, now project this up onto Apple TV so I can actually see what you're looking at. And then let me try to walk you through this. I don't know, we spent probably literally days on this. So in the absence of being able to have very easy communication, it's been text, phone calls. I'm probably texting or calling one of my parents every 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, well, that's great. That's a lot of communication. You're such
It's
a
a lot
good
of
daughter.
communication. It's not as it's not always as substantive. That happens usually nights and weekends.
Yeah.
But that's when I get to hear stories of like family history, and I get to hear lessons on spirituality and goodness, and lessons from different experiences that they've lived through, right? You know, they've experienced other things, and they lived through hearing stories about world wars, about other global challenges, and that's really valuable.
That's so
It's
beautiful. I mean, I've only met you at Dovetail last year, so I've only gotten to know you since September, and we've really only started connecting more on social media. So I'm getting to know you more on social. So I'm just assuming from your life that you're normally really busy and you don't really have that time to sit down and learn about your family history. And so that this is the time. This is the time where your parents get to relive memories and share with you all these wonderful stories. And it's probably a really beautiful gift.
it is it's the best gift. I feel like my parents have been one of my priorities for an extremely long time, and so I'm used to pausing everything, and just being present. Being present is really important to me, especially with them, but even otherwise. And yeah, it's been really nice. I have been busy though. I've been my days are pretty much 12 to 15 hours on Zoom calls, so I have been extremely busy. But I relish those moments when I'm able to have them pause, and I don't have to worry about, is there fresh produce arriving? Is the insulin arriving? Is whatever else actually coming through for them? And instead just get it, capture them for a few moments. And
I think that's beautiful. And I think it's amazing that you're busy on Zoom calls. That's great. It's great that you're still able to find work and keep the balls moving in some sort of direction. Um, so, before we wrap up, why don't we talk about like what does being resilient mean to you? Like when I say, you are resilient, which you are indeed, what does that mean?
it's just a powerful word, and I want to do it justice. So I think it's so much about, recognizing that whatever we're receiving, whatever we are experiencing, whatever we're able to partake of, may not be what we had fantasized about, what we had dreamt of, what we had wanted, but still celebrating the win in everything, however little or paltry it might seem in the, against our vision. Celebrating each little win, being devoted to doing the absolute best we can, and really getting clear on, like, how is the best way I can show up? What's the best way I can do to show up for Blair today? What's the best way I can do to show up for the squad call I was on just before this, or the next meeting I'm going to have, and or the next role that I'm going to step into, and making sure that we're grounded in our values, knowing what those values are, being grounded in them, and finding a way to, be of service. Like, this is the best time in the world for us all to get really shaken, really rattled, and just think, like, how am I adding value? How am I being of service? And if we can stick to that knitting, the resilience will naturally flow from that. We'll talk about this at much longer length another time, but that's what I would give you, my snippets that are coming to mind right now. So
I think that's great. And we'll wrap up with one final piece of advice for the I'm Resilient community. It can be a general piece of life advice. It can be something really kind of narrowed down to what's going on right now. Whatever advice you'd feel like you'd like to share.
um, I'm a big fan of journaling, big fan of really looking inwards, as I mentioned before, and searching for those opportunities to experience joy. That even if it's a tiny little window to be appreciative, um, and not just to be thankful, but to find a way to demonstrate gratitude, um, and give back. Give back in some way. There's always a way to give back. My grandmother, who's 99 in India, used to tell me when I was a little kid, she would say, if you have a piece of bread and you can break that bread in half, you're a rich person. You have more than enough to give. You have more than enough to share. And both of my parents lived by that too. And my advice would just be like, rather than really easily falling down into this abyss of frustration, um, find an opportunity, find a way to share, to give, and ask for help if that is what you need. Ask for help when you need it.
I love it.
Uh,
That's lots of advice. That's great. I think this is just so beautiful, and I'm honored that you took the time out of your schedule to chat with me before we started to record this interview, and for sharing your wisdom and your knowledge. With the I'm Resilient community, we're growing every day. Our goal is to provide a place for people to share stories, to hear stories, read stories of resilience, to feel inspired to move through their challenges. This community was created for you and everyone else. If you want to be a guest, you have some advice you want to share, you have a topic you want me to find someone to speak about, drop it in the comments below. The I'm Resilient project is a special initiative, and it's like I've been building up my resilience for years, and I feel like as I build this community, I'm meeting amazing people like you, like Nalini. Did I say it right? And it's bringing the right people into this community and helping the humans of this planet grow and move through their challenges. So thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you, Blair. You're doing such a great job. I'm so happy to follow you on social. I think that's as well. And I think you're doing a great piece of work, and sharing your story too. That's inspiring.
Thank you so much. And I'll share all your links and tag you. You need to check her out. She's doing some awesome work. Maybe if you're in New York, you can send a messenger pigeon to her window.
Please. I have right open window, right waiting for you.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Blair.